Okay. I don't like that. Hold on. It's just gonna sit funny. I'm not a fan of that. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we can think this through. How am I gonna do this? Can I just have these, please? Thanks. I just need these. Thanks. I don't need everything else. I just want that one out because I need it. And then, because I can't have you guys on that side. Okay, there we go. That was a little more complicated than it was supposed to be. Okay, you go there and you go there. So now that the mugs are out of the way. There we go. Oh, hold on. I gotta go grab the other piece. All right. Be right there, guys. Okay. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. Hi, Felicia. Hi, Leslie. How are you guys doing? I know, right? So, I'm gonna make the casserole, and I'm gonna make some more tortillas. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna make some tortillas again, but this time, I'm gonna make sure that that is hot enough when I cook them. So, I'm not gonna stream the whole thing. I'm just figured I'd talk with you guys while I sat here dorking with things. First things first, I always have myself a couple cuties before I start cooking. It helps me not overdo things or whatnot. But anyway, so I'm gonna get the heartburn. I'm gonna get the casserole set up first and get that in the oven and let that start cooking now. And then by the time that's done cooking, then I should be able to start the tortillas. So first things first. So this needs, I never do butter in these, so where's the oil? I always do a little bit of olive oil because I'm not a big fan of using butter. So how much did it say we need in there? So a little bit more. We don't want to put too much because I'm gonna have cheese in there, so we don't want it too oily because that wouldn't be cool. When did they stop taking the little pop out side off of these? Oh, what a bummer. Oh well. How much water are we using? Okay. I'm gonna get this mixed up in here for now. I'm doing good. I'm having some, I guess, say private issues going on, but I'm not really going to discuss those on camera. So I'm just taking it day by day. Sometimes that's all you can do. So I will be right back. Let me go grab the big spoon. Sorry if I missed chat, guys. I'm trying. But yeah, so I'm just trying to take it day by day because it's just been a rough couple of days. Well, rough couple of weeks, but the last couple of days have been really hard. So just got a lot on my, like, not on my plate, because my plate is pretty empty for the most part when it comes to anything big. Like I'm taking classes and doing some work from home stuff, which is fine. Like that stuff's, all that's great. Like that's not a problem. Sarah did lose her job, so she's out of work right now, which that's been a big blow for us financially. But I guess you could say there's other things that are going on. And like I said, those are not things I'm going to really discuss, though. Just that everybody goes through hard times. Everybody goes through things that they have to deal with, like, personally. And so we're kind of in that boat right now, especially myself. And, you know, I can just say that I'm glad that I have a really good team. So, let's see here, 2 1/4 cup of water. Hold on. Oh my gosh, my nose. Alright, oh, that looks good. Alrighty. So now we're just going to mix this up because we want that rice to cook real good. And this one has like chili flakes and all that. I wasn't going to use this. I wasn't going to use the casserole until like later in the week, but I was like, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit kind of today. So I said, I'm going to just add in what I already have cooked. We're going to use it and go with that because it's already done. It just needs to be heated up, cooked up, get the rice cooked, and then serve it. But I decided I want to go ahead and try making the tortillas again because a couple of them came out just fine. But like I said, I needed to make sure that I turned the heat up so that because you want tortillas to cook quickly. They're meant to cook quickly over a hot, like normally on a commode or cast iron, but I don't have any large cast iron, so that would have been my go-to, but I don't have one. So I used to have some old ones that were passed down, but they were so badly taken care of that they weren't any good. So like I tried to treat them and like fix them, but they were already so far gone. They had big rust gouges in them, so they just weren't in great shape. So now I'm just going to mix that chicken in there. All right, all that's good to go. Put that there. And then when this is ready, we'll go down and grab the cheese to put on top. But for now, we're gonna put that right in there just like so. And yep, okay. Then this at 400. I'm gonna cook it for about 40, 45. We'll see. All right, so that's going. I need to wash this and then peel these, and then we'll have a chit chat. Sorry, guys. Let me see here. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Angel. All right, we're gonna set these out to dry for a few because we're gonna need them to make the tortillas. I'm gonna make the full tortilla recipe this time because I want extra tortillas, some to eat with this and then some to make quesadillas later. I've got a wild hair on me. Where is it? It's the bad part about having long hair is you lose hair and it sticks to everything. So, let me have this. But how are you guys doing today? That's what I want to know. How's everybody doing today? I can say that hanging out with you guys helps out a lot. Like it gives me something to focus on. Hi, Chris. He's doing good. We're kind of struggling with him right now because he is 5 weeks old today. And by last week, he should have kind of been like, happy greetings to you and your family. Best wishes. Hi, Joseph. Ow. He should have started like eating solid foods last week, like not eating them all day, like, you know what I mean? But at least being curious about it, being introduced to it. He has no interest. But there's a reason for that too. Usually, they have Mama Cat there to kind of like show them to eat food. And so, or having other siblings that get a little bit more curious than others. And so the other kittens will be like, hey, well, what are they doing? I'm missing out. Rigby doesn't have that. He doesn't have anybody to learn from, to go and eat out of a dish. So he has no desire to eat out of a dish. And he gets very irate with you when you try to get him to take solids. She's sleeping right now. By the way, if you guys notice, when I do these, she's usually sleeping. She appreciates it when I do because she's not a big fan of being on camera. She used to like be chill with it, but howdy, Joseph. But she's not a big fan of it. Oh yeah, so now that that's cooking, we'll get that cooked up. And I'll make some tortillas. I think tortillas would be really good with this. But yeah. But something, and I know people are going to be like, but why? Something we're going to step away from that I was going to keep doing, but I think I'm going to take a step back, is sharing too much of what we're doing when it comes to fostering. Because of course you get people, I could care less about people being like hateful or whatever, but you get people who start seeking out information of where you are doing your fostering through, and then they try to seek out like information to contact you. And because I shared who we foster through, we ran into some issues. So I'm not going to be sharing any further information of like who I'm fostering through, how many I'm fostering for them, none of that. Like we won't be sharing that. If I do any updates, it'll be on Instagram. We'll post like a photo here and there if we have any new fosters, but we're not going to really share any like day in day out type stuff about the foster because it's an issue, and so we're not going to do that. Which sucks for those that like really enjoy like following up and watching a foster go from a bad situation to a healthy situation and be ready for a forever family. But we keep running into some pretty nasty issues, and I'm not okay with that. I was like, where are they? I was looking right at them, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. Where are they? I'm totally fine. But let's see here. I need to get out. I really need to do something with this dang sugar. It is. That sugar's in a pretty bad way. of course. Yes. And also, too, I realized that my flour has a little bit of wheat flour in it, which could also be one reason why I had so many issues yesterday. Has this still got water on the lid? Don't want to get water on my book. There we go. So we're going to start working on this dough. Come on, thing, be cooperative here. A cup of hot water. This poor thing was also, she told me to make sure that my dough is a little bit stickier than it was last time. No, Sarah would never give up Winnie Bear. No offense, but Winnie Bear would hate you. She only likes Sarah. Like, that dog is, she is Sarah's dog. She doesn't like anybody else. That's just her. Like this one. I'm gonna make such a mess here in just a minute. I got flour everywhere just now. All I did was open the lid. It's gonna be all over my cup. Woo! All right. I'm gonna do. There's my scrapey. We're gonna do the full batch this time. That way I can get a feel for how I'm going when I'm doing it. So you're enjoying a glass of wine? Nice. Nice. That's how to do it though. The half. Okay. All right, so that's our flour. Then it says to do a whole teaspoon of baking soda and a half teaspoon. No, a whole teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and this is the half, so I need half teaspoon of baking powder. And then my teaspoon doesn't fit in here, so I have to do it with 2 halves, so to speak. Oh, I hear you there. Okay. Don't need these anymore. All right. Okay, so we're gonna mix this up. I'm gonna make a big mess of myself right now because this is the part that's messy. So we're just gonna mix in all of our salt and baking powder into the flour. And then we're gonna do a 1/3 cup of oil. So, can I not? Next thing. Oh, there's a piece of doggo hair. Okay. Oh, get over here. I don't know if any of you guys make tortillas handmade or not, but it's one of those things where it takes time to get it right. You could do all the steps that it says exactly, and either you'll knead it too much so your dough becomes too tough, or you'll knead it not enough so your dough becomes too loose and dries quickly. There's always something that kind of messes it up. And it can be super annoying, especially if you're repeatedly trying over and over again to get it right. But like I said, I'm not giving up on getting the perfect tortilla. So I will get this. Now, I do know that working with lard makes way better tortillas. However, I don't have any lard because my dumb self knocked the whole bucket of lard over when the shelf broke. I tried to catch the stuff on the shelf as the shelf went. The lard happened to be one of the heaviest items that was on there, and it kind of went flying. So, I was not very happy about that. You don't like wine, you like tea? I love wine. I love wine. If I had a bottle right now, I'd be drinking it. Well, actually, I lied. I have a bottle of wine downstairs. It is probably a couple of months old. Had already been opened. If you know anything about wines, you open them, you need to actually drink them. Because then they start to become like vinegary if you don't. So I'm pretty sure, because I haven't popped that open in 2 months, like I took a glass of wine out of it and then never touched it again. It's probably real vinegary. You've never had wine? Yeah. I think it depends though too. Like some people are like wine drinkers, like connoisseurs, like they love wine. And then there's people that like harsher drinks, or are into more things like scotch and whiskey, which are harsher. Or there's people that like things to be, you know, mixed drinks. They like having like a cocktail. I personally am someone who would like a good hard brandy, or especially a whiskey on rocks. That's my go-to. Yeah, see, and that's the thing, is like I have a really nice bottle of sweet red, and I have not opened it. And like I opened it, took a glass out, and then corked it shut, and have not touched it since. But it did get oxygen introduced, so that right there in itself that'll already start messing it up. So, I'm gonna say, if you're gonna start with wines, that's a good one. A lot of people that start drinking wine start off with like a wine cooler or like an Arbor Mist, because it's a little more, I guess it's a really easy, very fruity kind of, not so harsh, but that's really not, to me, that's really not a wine. If you want to try a really nice wine to kind of ease you into a wine, I would say go with like a really crisp, like white Merlot, or a sweet red, because they're going to be a sweeter flavor. Unless you like a harsher flavor, like there's wines out there that have a more bitter taste versus a sweet taste. I personally like a sweeter wine, so I always go with a sweet red or a white Merlot, because those are just like my favorites. The other one that I really, really like, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Most people don't like it because it's a bit harsher. It's like a sangria, a dark red sangria, but don't try that as your first wine. It is a very bitter bite to it. So, what is that other one that Jay drinks? He drinks another one that he swears by. Yeah, Moscato. That was the one I was thinking of. That's the one that Jay loves. He likes a white Moscato or a pink Moscato. Pink Moscato is the way to go. If you want an introductory wine to wine, a pink Moscato. Yeah. That would definitely be the one, I would say. Yeah, above, hands down right there. That's the one you go with. It depends on what red you're drinking, though. So you have to be, like a sweet red wouldn't burn your throat. It's extremely, it's floral and fruity. It actually is slightly a pink color. Pink Moscato kind of has like it's kind of like a red tint. But yeah, pink Moscato is a really good one to try first. I'm trying to really integrate this really good because I want to make sure that these come out right. They're definitely going to have a little bit of an issue, just because I have slight bit of wheat in here, and I forgot about that. I should have just not threw that last little bit of wheat in here, so it kind of bums me out that I did, because it has allowed my flour to become a little bit harder to work with. Because even though most flour can just be integrated, whatnot, wheat on tortillas is not the best flour for tortillas. I am making an absolute mess of myself, but that's okay. We got this. I love making dough and stuff. I don't know what it is. Like getting my hands in here and getting them all sticky, and I'm weird. So, what was that? My favorite is Chilled Red, which is a light-bodied sweet cherry and red. Oh gosh, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so she said to make sure that my dough this time was a lot stickier than last time. So even though I was like, okay, it's nice and soft and whatnot, she said that I definitely needed a little more water. So that last little bit of water I probably should have added. I just thought they were going to get too sticky, and she said no, next time add a little more water. So, because this is right where I stopped right at this point last time, so I think, yeah, she's right. It definitely needs to be stickier than that. Okay. So let's keep working with it. Just keep working it around the edges, taking all the last little bits in there. Oh, okay. Is that the name of the brand? Okay, there we go. Definitely got it much mushier this time. Okay. And just keep integrating. She said it's going to soften up as you go. So I just don't want to end up too sticky. Like she said, you want it stickier versus drier because you're going to roll it with flour, which is also going to dry it slightly. So you don't want it too dry or you don't want it too sticky, but you don't want it too dry. So I may need to add a little extra flour back to this because it's still sticking to the actual bowl now. So I think we need a little bit, just a little bit of flour to it because it's still very, yeah. And I don't know why I put the flour up. I'm gonna need it for rolling this out. So you think I would learn by now to leave things out when I need to, because I keep forgetting to. So just a little bit. There we go. There it is. Okay. Well, oh, that is beautiful, actually. Holy crud, that's a beautiful looking dough. Definitely sticky. Definitely sticky. All right, nice sticky dough. And she said, "Need that ish. Don't be afraid to." Unlike when you're making like bread, you want to be careful with bread that you don't overknead it, because if you overknead bread, you end up with a very big issue with your bread. So, all right, definitely still on the stickier side. Like it's still sticky, but it's not, like she said, you don't want it so sticky that you can't roll it. But you also don't want it so sticking to your bowl, but you don't want it too firm. It's like that nice little medium there. So let me go. Oh, I need to do this first. That's like she said. You gotta roll them out and then place them in there. Place them in here to cover. So this time we're gonna do, we don't want them too big this time because we're just doing them for plating. Those look really good. Could probably do them a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And I don't want to do them too thin. So, yeah, I might make these a little bit smaller. They look really huge. Okay, put you there. because I got these ones a little too big. There we go. Yeah, this one's definitely too big. Okay. There we go. I didn't see what that said. Hold on. Would you be okay if I send you a picture of me, or is that... I don't mind. I get lots of people sending me stuff like in DMs on like Instagram. So I don't mind it. It's always nice to put a face with a name. So what have we got? How many? 9. Ooh, we made 10 tortillas. So 10 little tortilla balls ready to go. Now we're supposed to moisten our towel. What did that say? It's all good either way. I'm not picky. There we go. Now cover those and let them rest. They're not going to rise, but what they'll do is this will activate like the gluten and stuff in them. So in doing that, you let the gluten activate in there, makes them like nice and elasticy. So while we wait, let's see here, we've got, get that up just a little bit more. Hold on, guys. Let me take a look here. It's not even boiling yet. So we need to give it a little bit more time. Right there. Okay. Ooh. Walk with me. So I'm gonna have to, hi Tiffany, how are you today, sweetheart? Rigby's quite mad at me, but he'll get a bottle before bed. We're taking him down to 4 bottles a day right now, and then giving him solids. He's not really interested in the solids, so he gets really, really mad. So I have been working with him all day. It's really, it's quite frustrating because you want him to be able to eat. You know what's so funny about that though, Angel? I've never minded the fact of face masks. Other countries, other places have been wearing face masks before this whole thing even started. People take into account, like, if I go out and I have a really nasty cold, I'm going to wear a face mask so I don't get anybody else that nasty cold, but at least I can still get out and get what I need. People in America don't really have that concept of protecting others. They're kind of just really selfish. But in other countries, people wear face masks if they are ill. Not to keep themselves from getting ill, but to keep others from getting ill. So if I catch a cold and I go out, I'd wear a face mask to prevent somebody else catching a cold. That's kind of the whole point. Like when you go into a doctor's office, and they always have a thing, well, here anyway, I don't know about anybody else. This has always been here since I've lived here for forever. If you come into a doctor's office and you have a cold, they specifically have a thing right by the door as you're coming in that says, if you have any symptoms of a cold, please put on a mask. And they have the little masks. Like, especially my kids' the pediatrician's office, I've always had that. And when we went to Phoenix Children's, at the front entrance of the door, you pick up a mask. If you have any symptoms of a cold, runny nose, even if it's just allergies, and you feel like they feel like maybe it might be symptoms of a cold, put on a mask. So, yeah, it sucks that everybody has to wear masks now all the time for everybody, even when you're not sick, but honestly, I think it's a good idea. Like, especially now that there's a lot of people out there who are against vaccinations, stuff like that. Kids are amazing, okay? So kids are amazing, but kids are also really gross. I mean, let's be real. They pick their noses, they eat their boogers, they sneeze on each other, they cough on each other. They have no concept of, like, personal space, right? So it just seems like the right thing to do is to cover up so that everybody stays a little bit safer. Especially with a lot of people out there that have children out there now that are either immunocompromised who cannot get vaccinated, or children who are, by religious reasons, not vaccinated. So just as an overall protection policy, I think it's just good to wear them. Yes, I have a really large Coca-Cola. Don't at me, okay? So that's gonna last me a freaking week. I need to go put that in the fridge because I've only had, it's been 2 days and it's already like I still have, it's still filled all the way to here. Do you see it? Right at the, it's because why am I tipping it sideways? There you go. You can see it. Still got all that in there. And that's only after 2 days. So it's still got well over half. So I need to go put it in the fridge. It's supposed to be ew, no. Sarah has Dr. Pepper. I do not drink, that is the most disgusting, it tastes like dirt water. It literally tastes like somebody walked into a swamp and scooped out some dirt water and was like, here, have this. It literally tastes like absolute trash. That's just my opinion though. I can't stand Dr. Pepper. I think it tastes literally like dirt. So, yeah, Dr. Pepper is my aunt's jam too. She used to drink that. She doesn't drink it anymore, but she used to. After she had her gallbladder removed, she stopped drinking soda just in general. So she doesn't drink anything carbonated anymore. But Tonks is like, I'm going to sleep. Leave me alone. Oh my goodness. I forget when you start cooking over there, it makes it hot. I love eggs. I can't eat steak, Angel. I can't eat red meat. I would love a steak. Like, I love the taste of steak. Can't eat it though. It messes up my brain. I get like seriously bad migraines if I try to eat beef. So no steaks for me. As much as I love a good, juicy, nice, medium rare steak, I can't. Yeah, I don't like Pepsi. Pepsi has like this, I don't know, it just has a very overwhelming sugar taste to it. Coca-Cola is a little bit harsher. It's got that sweet but yet harsher bite. I know. Like for me, I love having a really nice thick New York cut steak with like a New York strip steak with medium rare so that when you poke it, it's still bleeding, and get that A1 sauce on there. Oh my gosh. And a big thing, like a big plate of like really crisp, fresh on the grill, grilled up green beans. Oh my God. Oh, that's so, yeah, I love eggs, but I like eggs in any form except for sunny side up. I can't do sunny side up. Oh, I don't do Mountain Dew either. But then again, like I said, I don't really, like, the only soda that I like is Coca-Cola. I'll have root beer every now and again if we're like at a party or something and somebody offers, like, has root beer out, or Sprite. 7-Up, no, I'm not a big fan of 7-Up. 7-Up has a really weird taste to it. I don't know what it is about 7-Up, but it is not the same thing. Because people are like, same thing as Sprite. No, it's not. No, it's not. I like Sprite. It's kind of just like a quick kickoff refresher. Or if you take Sprite and add sweet red wine to it, you get yourself a spritzer. And I like spritzers. Spritzers are good. They're like a very light, if you're really wanting to kind of stay sober kind of drink. So, well, we should hopefully, you guys cross your fingers, we should find out tomorrow if Rigby's going to have a playmate. The playmate eats solid food. And so we're really hoping that at tomorrow's appointment for the little one, that it'll be able to come over here. Make me sick to my stomach, but hungry and hot feeling. Bathroom trips. What? No, I know what I meant. Oh, okay, yeah. No, I love scrambled eggs. I love making scrambled eggs so that I can make a omelet. I really, really like over easy eggs so that I can break it open and dip like toast or bacon in it. And then the other thing I do is I'll make it like an over easy egg, but then I'll crack the yolk, spread it out over the top of the egg, flip the egg over, let it cook a little bit more, and then make a sandwich with it. So like a fried egg, which is really, really good. We used to do fried egg sandwiches like all the time. I used to toast the bread and do the egg, fry egg, and then do the bacon and cheese for the kids. And they used to love that. It used to be like an every morning breakfast when I was active duty. Wow, that's missing out, because hard-boiled eggs, oh my gosh, that'd be my jam all the time, but they make your fart stinky, so I try not to eat those too often. But I love making deviled eggs with hard-boiled eggs, so yeah, that's my jam. And you can't make a good potato salad without a good hard-boiled egg. She would put bacon and cheese and serve them over toast with a little bit of salt and pepper, and the toast was a little bit of, but oh yeah, that's easy to do. That's also the other thing to that trick to doing that is don't overcook your egg. Yeah, and that's strange that you can eat egg in a certain way but not certain other ways. I would talk with your doctor about that, because that's a little bit off. Like, most people, eggs are eggs, like unless you're adding too much oil to one style of egg. But yeah, the way that they're cooked, I mean, egg is egg. And unless you're adding something to it, like, okay, hard-boiled eggs are a different story. They will make you gassy. So I can understand the hard-boiled egg part, because they will make you very gassy. But scrambled eggs are like the most gentle way to eat eggs. That's why you give babies scrambled eggs, because their bellies can handle it. So, well, if you're not using oil, but maybe you're using butter. If you're using butter is really high in saturated fats, and that could mess your tummy up too, because butter is, of course, a dairy product, not an oil-based product, like margarine and stuff. I wouldn't even use margarine. If I was going to cook eggs and I had stomach issues, I would use, nope, just milk. See, that's your problem. Quit putting milk in your eggs. Just the egg. Don't add any milk or water to your egg. Just scramble the egg itself and cook just the egg. You may be having an intolerance to the dairy in the scrambled egg, so don't add any milk to it. So yeah, I would avoid, because like when you make babies' eggs, you don't add anything to them. You just scramble just the egg. That's a little bit easier because it's easy on the tummy. And also do yourself a favor, and this might help you out. Separate your yolk from your egg whites and try to do just an egg white scramble and see if that does any different. But it doesn't with hard-boiled egg too. I know, but hard-boiled eggs are gassy. Hard-boiled eggs will make you super gassy. So that may be why it's upsetting your stomach, because it has a higher acidity level from when you hard-boil it. But when you're scrambling it, don't add anything to it. Just make just the egg. and then give that a try. If it still messes up your stomach, then talk with your doctor. But also separate your egg white from your yolk and see if the egg white messes up your stomach or if the yolk is what's messing up your stomach. And you can try doing that. You can eat fried eggs. See, then that makes no sense because scrambled eggs is the exact same thing. It's just that they're all beat together. But yeah, I would say just avoid adding milk to your scrambled eggs because scrambled eggs is literally a fried egg, you're just whipping it together. So it's the same exact thing as a fried egg, other than the fact that you are whipping the two ingredients together. And a fried egg doesn't bother you, so then a scrambled egg with no dairy in it should be easier on your tummy. But yeah, a lot of people make that mistake of putting dairy in their eggs. Now, if you want to make like super fluffy, big, you know, voluptuous scrambled eggs that you're going to be serving for like a dinner or whatnot, that's cool. It looks great. But if people have a dairy intolerance or if you get super gassy from eating eggs, dairy is just going to amplify that. I should have grabbed myself the cup. I don't have a cup. I'm going to get a cup because I don't want to drink that out of the bottle. Oh, my back. I know you're mad. I know. He's yelling at me, by the way, if you guys can hear him. He's yelling at me because he wants a bottle and he wants it now. So I need to get him to eat. Like, he's over a week behind in eating. He should have started like being curious about wet food at about 3 weeks old, a little over 3 weeks old. By 4 weeks old, he should be eating some solid foods throughout the day, like nibbling at it. And by 5 weeks old, he should be having only about 3 bottles a day and then the rest of the day eating solid. He's not interested at all in the solid food. So I know you're just so mad at me. Okay, let's see if I can get this smushed up. We're going to try to get him to eat some of this. So I'm going to work with them on it. I need to go get the blender from downstairs. I left it downstairs. So this is not wanting to crush up like it's supposed to. I guess we're going to try it with this part of it. Well, come here. You can get mad all you want. You are just Mr. Mouthy Pants tonight. He is so mad right now. Come here. I know you're not happy about this. Come here. Come on. I know you're just gonna have to figure it out, buddy. This is part of growing up. I know. He is so not having it. He's like, no. I know. It's a rough life when you have to learn to eat solids. I know, buddy. I know. He is like, this is not my bottle, and I don't know why you're giving me this. I know. I know. So this mushy stuff is weird. It's so weird, Mom. I know, huh? I know, but it's good, and it tastes good. Well, at least it's supposed to taste good. I don't know. I'm not a kitty cat, so I don't know. I don't want to give him anything too big in there, chunks-wise, because I don't want it to hurt him. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. And we're going to keep trying, because you're not getting a bottle right now. Bottles are not till bedtime. Yeah, he's already had 4 bottles today, so technically he shouldn't even have another one, but right? The thing is he would actually have already started eating this if he had a mom to teach him to do it. But because he doesn't, it's foreign and he doesn't want to lap up at it. So we're trying to teach him that he can lap up at the food. I know. He is like, I'm not doing this. So I feel really bad because he should have already started eating solids. There you go. Good boy. And so I feel really bad because he's so far behind when it comes to this stuff. I'm hoping when he gets the other kitty here tomorrow, hopefully the other kitty will be here tomorrow, we'll be able to get him to do better at this. There you go. Good boy. I'm going to try to get him to realize that he can chew on these. There you go. There you go, see? Woo! Shaky hit. It's a shaky hit. I know. He's like, this is not my bottle, Mom. He's not happy with me right now. I don't mind, though. It's part of being a foster mama. I know, right? Ooh. He's like, I guess if I have to, I'll just suck it off the spoon. There you go. There you go. I know. Say, this is not my food, Mom. This is so not nice. There you go. Good boy. All right. One more, and then you should be good for a little while. There you go. Look at that. See, not so bad. Not so bad. There you go. And wipe that face off. He'll be all right. He said, I'm going to be mad for a little bit because it's not my food that I like out of a bottle. He's going to really love his bottle tonight. Right before I get ready for bed, I give him a bottle. So he'll have that. Put that right there. Come here, mister. All right. Once he can start like figuring it out that the taste that he's tasting is the same thing as the smell that he's smelling, he should start wanting to chew on it. At least now he's starting to sniff at the bowl, whereas before he wouldn't even give it a second glance. One of the other things I'm also going to have them look at tomorrow is his balance. He has still very minimal balance. Like he's very, very tipsy, which is really odd because he should be pretty solid on his feet by now. But he's not even remotely close to solid on his feet. What you doing, mister? Rigby, what you doing, buddy? But yeah, so okay. I don't know. I still think he can't see very well. He seems to hear us really well, and so he screams, but he can't seem to figure out like what direction we're coming from. And when you put stuff in front of him, he doesn't see it. Like you can get like your fingers right by his eyeballs, and most cats will blink and back up. He doesn't react to it. I think he sees like shadows and stuff, but he doesn't like see like what's like directly in front of him. So I'm a little concerned about that. So we won't really be able to know until he gets older because his eyes look perfectly clear, right? He doesn't seem to have any hazing or creaminess to his eyes. They're just really, really bright, beautiful eyes. He might be a little bit blind, but that's one of those things where usually you'll be able to tell by like the coloring or whatnot, but then again, maybe not. So we're gonna have to talk with the vet when he gets seen tomorrow, because I'm concerned. And also, like you said, with his ears, I'm thinking he may have something going on there because he still isn't steady on his feet. He still hasn't gotten his footing correct. Like he still keeps falling on his face and falling over. And when he tries to walk, he tips sideways. So like his equilibrium or balance or whatever is really off. He's not shaky walking anymore like most kittens would, but he's definitely not even remotely steady on his feet. He falls over all the time trying to dig in the litter box to go potty. when he sits to, like when he goes to sit himself down over the hole he's made so he can pee, he becomes really tipsy and falls to his side. So I'm a little concerned. I'd like to see like what the vet has to say. Maybe it's just because he was premature. I mean, he's still very active and plays and jumps around and gets the zoomies, though he does fall over all the time with the zoomies. But the point is, he's still a very active, very playful kitten. But I'm thinking it's just because he was premature that there might be, why do you keep going off thing? That there might be some other issues, you know, underlining that. So that was bright. Holy moly. Let's go see here. What do we got going on? Let's take a look. Okay, so Clintus is still streaming strong. He's actually streaming Valorant. I'm gonna put that on, but I'm gonna turn it way down. Woo, I can actually share my 36-month resub to him. Nice. Or 30, it's actually a total of 36. Holy cow, it is. I've been with Clintus for 3 years. I've been following and supporting his streams for 3 years. So, anywho, guys, I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit. It makes me feel good to chit chat with you guys. I'll let you guys know how the tortillas came out. They're gonna be another 20 minutes, so before I'm ready to roll them. Anyway, you guys are amazing. If you're following me on Instagram, I'll post a picture of tonight's dinner when it's finished. And we'll see you guys later. All right, we'll talk to you. Bye. Bye.